Attract Your Dreams, Manifest Wealth, Health and Happiness. Written by Jenny Ferreira. Narrated by Gareth Johnson. Introduction. Congratulations on downloading your personal copy of Law of Attraction, Let Your Thoughts Determine Your Destiny. Thank you for doing so. This book is the answer you have been looking for. By the pages herein, you will learn what the Law of Attraction is, how it works for everyone, and what you need to begin to put these applications into practice in your life. The following chapters will discuss some of the many ways that the brain is the only tool you need to realize every dream you have ever wished for, receive every good thing you deserve in life, and how to go about having it all. You will discover the concepts behind the Law of Attraction, how the laws are put into practice for maximum benefit, what to do when it seems as though the Law of Attraction is not working for you as it should, and how the power of positive vibrations is the key to unlocking every success in life. The final chapter will explore the difference between the universal truth of the Law of Attraction and other positive thought retraining programs that are popular today, and why most of them will not work. There are plenty of books on this subject on the market. Thanks again for choosing this one. Every effort was made to ensure it is full of as much useful information as possible. Please enjoy. Chapter 1. What Attracting Means. The premise behind the concept of the Law of Attraction is not a new one, and if anything has been around as far back as recorded history. The concept and ideas behind the theory have always been present, has been reflected upon since the recording of thoughts and musings have been recorded, and the concepts of manifesting one's own destiny even present themselves in many religious beliefs and followings. Christianity refers to the concept of the Law of Attraction in its pages, with the statement that what we sow we also reap. Followers of the Hindu faith have a strong belief in karma, which dictates that whatever we do or speak on eventually comes back to us full circle, whether those thoughts, words or deeds be good or bad. A famous quote from the Buddha opines that we are a direct result of what we think, and whatever we think we therefore become. The concept of the Law of Attraction is nothing new. Not a New Age trend or fashionable psychobabble, the premise has been around for literally centuries. If we apply these concepts to modern life, and translate them to today's process of thought, we can ascertain that whatever we send out into the universe, whether it be good intentions or positive thoughts or emotions, we in turn will receive these things back from the universe. Of course, the yin to the yang is that any negativity we send out into the universe, we will receive back onto ourselves as well. The concept of the Law of Attraction is first noted in the early 19th century, and the writer who put pen to paper and expressed this theory influenced a movement known as the New Thought movement. The writer of the period believed that our thoughts could lead to physical manifestations, and that each thought would be able to attract what it desired or intended, and become exactly what the thought expressed, realized in physical form. People began to appreciate the power of positive thinking, and the way it improved their day-to-day lives, and the word began to spread about this new and improved state of mental wellness and happiness, as the popularity of the concept began to increase. In layman's terms, he believed our thoughts were not just thoughts, but actual things that held weight in the universe, and if these thoughts were continual and allowed to, they could become true and tangible. New writers and thought-provokers have expanded on this theory, to indicate that like actions and deeds attract like. This theory was first published around 1877. People have since studied and written on ways in which this principle could be put to practical use for purposes, and the concepts of using the Law of Attraction to attract wealth and career success. Finding the perfect soulmate, and even weight loss goals are now almost a common topic to speak and write on to guide others to achieving personal happiness and success. Visualization of what you want for your life has also been incorporated into the expansion of the practice of realizing your dreams to manifest your reality. In recent years, documentaries on the application of the Law of Attraction have become blockbuster hits. Books written have become bestsellers, and the concepts and theories behind the practice of working the law of attraction for the benefit of overall life has become more than just a theory or idea. It seems to have become almost a movement of sorts. Doctors have spoken on the health benefits of putting positivity into the universe for the realization of positive actions and deeds returning to you in like. Psychologists have weighed in on the mental benefits of the applications of the law of attraction. Even scientists of different studies have begun to back that not only is the law of attraction possible, it is likely a real universal law. The popularity of the concept and practices modern society is associating with the law of attraction is gaining more ground readily, and many authors and philosophers are beginning to explore the idea behind the law itself. One specific best-selling author began to trace the law of attraction through hundreds of years, and her interest turned into not only a highly popular book, but a movie and many speaking engagements, which of course led to fame. According to this specific writer and successful entrepreneur, whatever you believe can become your reality. You only must focus your intentions, thoughts, and actions towards whatever your heart desires. There are many different teachings and beliefs today that underline and follow the basic tenets of the law of attraction, and many schools of thought on the best way to go about attaining these successes. One such practice is referred to as the universal truth, but the concepts are the same. So if the concepts behind the theories of the law of attraction have been around for so long, there must be something to it, right? Otherwise the trend would have faded away, another new school of self-help and empowerment would have replaced it, and the universal law would have been discarded along with many other theories throughout human history. The reason the law of attraction has endured is easy to establish. It is true. If we have the capacity in our human brain to think of what we want and manifest these dreams, wants, desires, or wishes into reality in a tangible way that we can see with our own eyes and feel with our own senses, then what are our limits? Can we literally shape and shift our destiny and create the life merely by thinking it? The answer seems to be a resounding yes. The brain is the most powerful organ we hold in our bodies, so why not put it to use and make it work for us, instead of our negative thoughts and stresses controlling our outlook and our destiny? It is time to change our perspective, shift our focus and attention, and make the law of attraction work for us to realize our goals. Chapter 2. The concepts behind the practice. A universal law cannot be altered, applies to every individual equally, and cannot be bent or broken. This set of basic principles are the governing set of rules and laws on reality for every person, regardless of any difference of culture or ethnicity, economic or social standing, and are the foundations of the realities of life for all. The law of attraction is one of these universal truths. The law of attraction dictates that every individual can steer and determine their own intention by using the power of their mind to fulfill their dreams and goals. The universal premise that the law of attraction will see to fruition every intention you have for yourself and your human experience by simply dictating that you put into the universe the thoughts, actions, and deeds you want for yourself are appealing ideas. And when these thoughts and aims are focused and directed, easy to do. Theorized by those that study and practice the law of attraction is the belief and understanding that our thoughts are not just abstract things, but palpable energies that affect the universe when they enter time and space. We all learned in school that space and time are what make up our universe, so placing tangible energy into that universe will naturally create cause and effect. Energy is never wasted, and energy radiates from one point to another and so on. So, if our thoughts are not immaterial but actually energies, their very existence dictates that they are things that create and can shift and shape their surroundings. Human beings themselves are nothing other than masses of energy themselves, and the energy emitted from each body is often dictated by the individual's mental well-being and current state. And like moving water, These feelings and emotions are in constant movement, minute by minute, day in and day out, continually altering and changing. The output of emotional energy emitted is often referred to as someone's vibe or their aura. Vibration is a more appropriate depiction, as science refers to energy output by humans as vibrational in nature, especially by those that study and theorize on the law of attraction. If you have ever encountered someone who is perfectly happy with their life and seems to have everything going for them, often you may reference their glow, and this apparent bliss seems to positively affect those that they encounter. On the opposite side of the same coin, being in the presence of someone who is miserable, angry, and perpetually unhappy will give off a bad vibe. And those that the unhappy person encounter tend to feel negative and pessimistic, seemingly out of thin air. People feel how those around them feel, as a direct result of the vibrational energy that exudes from humans as a direct result of their mental state of being in the moment. There is no magic or imagined powers at work here. Emotional vibrations emitted are a real and psychological event. These emotional vibrations are unconscious, and more often or not, a response to environmental or emotional stimuli, a cause directly related to the effects of what we experience through the day. This energy vibration is merely a biological reaction, similar to goosebumps you experience when your skin gets cold. Emotional vibrations can be a result of any number of negative or positive emotions, including but not limited to stress, happiness, anger, frustration, fear, worry, or sadness. Vibrations are generated unconsciously, and other people are able to pick up on these vibrations by way of their subconscious mind. What energy is projected into the environment is picked up on by others almost unknowingly, and this is not something that is easy to control, if at all. Misery does love to share company with others, but for the most part no one expressly wishes to experience negative feelings, or intentionally set out to admit negativity or adverse vibrations towards others. Most individuals are not setting out to share in their unhappiness, but rather they are looking to connect with another to share their pain, and have them empathize compassionately, and possibly help them out of the negative mood they are currently in. This is most important to remember when encountering someone in a negative state, so as not to avoid them at all costs. Most people want to share their human condition with others, not just the bad but the good as well. Keep this in mind when considering how strong the law of attraction truly can be. While it should always be an effort to offer help and an ear to those that need it, take care too of the effects, both good and bad, that you may experience as well. Chapter 3. How to practice the LOA. Now that you understand the concept behind the law of attraction, it is time to learn how to put this universal understanding to work for you. Once the basic principles are understood, the law of attraction can be applied to anything in your life that you want to achieve, or any circumstance you wish to alter or improve. To be successful in using the law of attraction for your benefit, one must first accept and acknowledge responsibility for their own actions, words, deeds, and circumstances they have experienced in their lives, both positive and negative. It is often debated that our environment and experiences are due to outside contributions that we have little or no control over. This would dictate that we are not in control of where we find ourselves in the present. This idea goes directly against the principles of the law of attraction and serve no purpose. In order to open our minds to the law of attraction, first we must put past experiences, life events, and all things you think shaped you into who you are now and what your life consists of now. Feel free to reflect on everything, good and bad, all that you have always felt altered your human experience and caused you to react and choose the way you have accordingly. Now that you understand that these things, these events that you always felt made you who you are just events that happened, take into mind that while good and bad may have had an impression on you and created feelings within you, they did not make or break you. You chose all you experience now on your own. Once you have accepted your responsibility in your own life, now focus on what you are unhappy with, what you need to change, or what goal you want to see come to pass. This can be something as small as wanting an improved and positive outlook, or as big as becoming someone who leaves a lasting impression on the world. Finances, relationships, material objects, mental or mood changes, career successes, anything you want to happen or any course you want to alter, all is up for change. Once you have considered what is important for you to create change, make a list. Put pen to paper and write specifically what you want, like a Christmas list to Santa Claus. You are now asking the universe to provide for you what you want to attain. Keep in mind your wants and desires listed, make copies and post prominently wherever you see fit, and keep these goals and wants in mind. Reflect on them as often as you are able, even if it is to glance and read the list in passing. The next step in practicing the principles of the law of attraction are where things become more of an effort, but even more worthwhile. Determine in your mind that you are intentionally going to manifest and create positive feelings and emotions within yourself, and that by doing so you are raising your positive vibrations. Sometimes it helps to fake it until you make it, but that will only go so far with the universe. Smile. Be focused not just on your words and deeds, but mindful of your thoughts. When you experience negative emotion or idea, put it down. Do not engage in exploring any negative thoughts or feelings. You are choosing to enhance your positive energy output into the universe, and you alone dictate how you feel and think. Our own logical minds are often our worst foes. Saying that you believe in the law of attraction, trying to practice the principles of universal truth, and believing and knowing that they are not just hope but reality are three different things. You must know that the law of attraction is real, expect it to work for you, and have faith that the energy you are putting out will come back to you just as it should. Doubting that these truths are anything other than facts will hinder your output of positivity, cloud your intentions and mind, and instead of what you want to receive, you will in turn receive more doubt and confusion back from the universe as the law dictates. Be sure of the principle. Know it is real and expect results to happen for you. Feel free to write down truths of what you want as needed if you feel yourself experiencing doubt. There are millions of millionaires in the world. I will be one too. Millions of people fall in love every day, and I am going to also. I will get a promotion because I want and deserve one. I can buy a house because I aspire to. Statements can be manifestos or simple sentences to underline your knowledge and understanding that you can manifest whatever you want. If you believe you will attain your goals, and you become confident in understanding that this is something that will happen, you will see results. Confidence in your ability to reach any of your goals is the thing that will raise your positive vibrations and see what you desire come to pass. If you know you will find a job because you are confident in your skills and abilities, then you will find the job you desire. Projecting this type of positive energy will draw positive energy to your intentions and thoughts, and these things will manifest themselves in your life easily. Be patient and secure in your knowledge in knowing that you will get what you want, because you specifically asked to receive it, and are making a concerted effort to project exactly what you want into the universe, allowing your energy to affect the environment and surroundings and attract the very thing back to you. Know that you will see your goals realized and that the things you want will come to pass when they are supposed to. The importance of intentionally harnessing the power of your vibrations cannot be overstated when considering the law of attraction. The positive energy you are releasing is the exact thing that is allowing you the capability to determine what your life is going to look like, how you are going to live, and what you are going to receive that will make you the most at peace and satisfied in life. The obvious areas the law of attraction can benefit you are financially and career-wise. But what can be said about how the law of attraction can help you in personal relationships with other people? Well, other people are the same as you, in that they too emit emotional vibrations that change and flow, and they are also able to pick up your energies. If you are releasing happy and positive vibrations towards others, they too are able to pick up subconsciously on those vibrations. Each human has the ability to feel another's vibrations, and each has the capacity to alter the other's feelings and emotions as a result of the energy they are releasing. There is already a bond in place when considering familial relationships. Already having a bond only strengthens the ability of one person to feel another's vibrations. This is why your mother or father always knew when something was bothering you when you were a child. They were easily able to pick up on your emotional vibrations because of the bond you shared with one another. Although this bond is not a requirement for the law of attraction to work, it does help. The family is not something we choose, it is something we are born with. While many have healthy and happy interpersonal relationships with their families, that in no way means that everyone shares the same positive and healthy family ties. To help solidify and strengthen your family relationships, consider using the law of attraction to reach the relationship goals you wish you had with family members. To begin to put the principles into practice, begin by acknowledging how things stand, why they stand that way, and your responsibility in the situation. Next, declare what you want the relationship to be like, and know that whatever goal you want for the relationship will be accomplished. Be realistic in what you want the relationship to look like, and not what you think it is supposed to look like. We are all individuals, and whether the relationship is by a parent or extended family member, no one relationship must fit into a stereotype or box. Intentionally let go of the past and any negative emotions, events, or actions, and you will prevent them from allowing them to recreate or repeat themselves in the present. Allow yourself to negotiate a new relationship by refusing to allow the past to dictate what you want to produce now. Send your hopes and intentions for these positive changes into the universe. Be happy in knowing that things will now be better, and accept that you have forgiven and are ready to move on. Reflect positively on these new and improved changes to come, and send love and goodwill to the person you wish to improve your relationship with. Know that it will happen, and watch as it does just that. Attracting a mate or significant other is similar in many ways, but different when considering that you have no bond with your soulmate because you have not met yet. In order to meet the right person just for you, be specific and precise in knowing what you want the universe to provide you. You do not have to be specific as far as their appearance down to eye colour, but the traits and attributes you most desire should be clearly spelled out. As with previous mentions of the practice, write down what you want, and know that in time he or she will come to you, thanks to the universal law of attraction. Here again, confidence and knowing you will receive what you want is key, and being patient for it to come to you is the most important part of practicing the power of universal truth. Being impatient, hasty, or frustrated inhibits the process and harms you when those negative feelings begin to perpetuate and come back to you. Remember that like attracts like, so stopping negative worries or feelings is important to ensure you see results. Remaining open to love and accepting what comes is the only way to get what or who you want. Keep your intentions purposeful and focused, and know that the universe operates on its own schedule. You cannot dictate when you will meet the love of your life, but you can be happy in knowing that you will meet them. Chapter 4. When the LOA fails us. The law of attraction does not always operate the way we want, or exactly when we want, and sometimes it does not operate at all. The reasons why are simple, but apparent when we examine them closely to determine what keeps the law of attraction from working for our benefit. The only thing in the way of individual success is the individual themselves. Many people try to apply the law of attraction within their life and fail, giving in to frustration, anger, and claim that the universe is either out to get them, or that the law of attraction is not in fact a universal truth at all. This negative thinking and release of energy are exactly why the law did not work for them, but against them. If you are bogged down with negative vibrations and energies, this is exactly what you will get back, and this is an unproductive and upsetting cycle for many. One must completely lose the negative connotations connected to the things they wish for, or they will never actualize them. As with any practice or skill, time and effort must be spent on mastering and honing your abilities. This is a universal truth that applies to everything, even the ability for one to harness the law of attraction. Assuming that positive thinking alone will get you what you want is a common error made by many. You can't just think positively about what you want to happen, you have to actually believe and know that it will happen. Our brains function on a conscious and subconscious level at all times, and our conscious mind is the filter that controls our bodies, our senses, and our thoughts. The subconscious is the part of the brain that will retain and store information, both positive and negative, for later. If our subconscious retains negative information and stores it for later, this can adversely impact our ability to keep our positive vibrations static for the law of attraction to work. Patience really is a virtue, especially when speaking of the way the universe works and the law of attraction. No individual can control the universe, it controls itself, and expecting it to supply or accommodate our every whim on demand is not only unrealistic, it is egotistical. The reciprocation of positive vibrations you are sending out into the universe and waiting to manifest in your life could take days, weeks, even years in some cases. Modern life is fast-paced, and as a culture we have become accustomed to immediate results. This is not going to happen in the case of the universe. Entering into the concepts and practices of the law of attraction, you should be aware of that. The other aspect that derails the successful practice of using the law of attraction for your benefit is the lack of faith and surety of its eventual effectiveness. Imposing some type of deadline on the universe to produce results, or else it isn't effective, is not going to affect the universe in any way, but will greatly impact your ability to harness the abilities you possess to initiate and encourage the law to work for you rather than against you. Being firm in your belief that the law of attraction is real and will result in tangible results is probably the most difficult aspect to master, but without mastering this piece you will never see your hopes and dreams come to a realization. Without possessing the confidence in knowing beyond a doubt that the law of attraction is actively working for you, you will be actively invoking negative thoughts that will just be reciprocated, thwarting yourself in the process. Any negative energy vibrations, no matter how small they are, will result in this negativity coming back to you. You are in charge of what comes your way, and it is your sole responsibility to stop this from occurring. By attempting to dictate when and how the law of attraction will work for you, you are misdirecting your focus on the when and how, rather than the events and goals themselves. Having a preference or idea about how you want the universe to work for you is one thing, but expecting to be able to dictate specifically how it works and when is a quick way to open yourself to negative thoughts and vibrations, preventing the universe to do its work. You are setting yourself up for failure if you think you can predetermine the way the universe works, and this encourages disbelief in the practice, and again derails the process totally. Accept that the universe gives us what we want when it does, and that it works in ways we cannot fathom, and expect the things you want to occur to do so on their own timeline and in their own peculiar and sometimes ironic way. To encourage the law of attraction to work for you, you must acknowledge that what you are experiencing at the moment is a result of what you have precipitated from it. You are in charge of what comes your way, and failures and successes alike are dictated by what vibrations you have sent out into it. Keeping your emotions in check and remembering that you are constantly projecting into the universe and that you are the result of everything that comes to you, accepting this prevents the precipitation of more negative vibrations, including denial and anger. The last thing that often prevents the law of attraction from working for us is the negative and continuing cycle of negative feelings and defeatist attitudes we carry in both our conscious and subconscious minds. The lack of belief that you have the capacity to change your own circumstances only relays back to you via the universe with more defeat. Continuing to project these negative energies into the universe will ensure that nothing will in fact change, just as you have dictated. Learning to break the cycle of negative thoughts, feelings, and energies into the universe is the only way to circumvent about the change you wish to create. Removing limitations on your own abilities is the only way you can open yourself up to what the universe is more than willing to give you. Be intentional and specific in declaring your desires and goals. Be confident that they will be attained, and while you may not know how or when, you will receive them when you are supposed to. Keep this in mind and work day to day to increase the positive flow of vibrations and good energy into the universe, trusting that all will be realized exactly when it is supposed to be. Chapter 5. The Power of Positivity. While we have mentioned positive vibrations when discussing the law of attraction, it is important to explore further what is good for us and what is not. The mind is the most powerful thing in our arsenal, and we must learn how to harness the power within it to get what we want, and learn to let the universe work for us instead of perpetually against our own goals and dreams. Learning to overcome negative emotions and prevent yourself from releasing negative vibrations into the universe will pave the way for positivity to take its place. Below is a list of positive and negative vibrations that should be worked towards or avoided to help one gain control over the universal law of attraction. Positive vibrations to release: trust, understanding, affection, happiness, love, confidence, joy, peace, calm, humor, and empathy. Negative vibrations to avoid: anger, anxiety, hurt, sadness, disappointment, confusion, loneliness, revenge, hate, jealousy, mistrust, and pity. Chapter 6. The difference between the LOA and other thought retraining concepts. Now that the law of attraction is again receiving much attention and publicity in the media, many other similar theories and concepts regarding positive thinking are hitting the market at once, making it seem as though there are 1,000,001 ways and practices to achieve success through the power of positive thinking. Many of these thought retraining programs and subliminal message programs are established on the basis of profit and making a buck from a trend or fad concept. With the law of attraction, there is no manual, no how-to guide to buy, and certainly no CDs to buy for the low price of $99.99. You do not have to sign up for instructional classes or lectures to learn how to apply the law of the universe to your goals. You do not need to attend self-help events or life coaching weekend seminars to learn how to achieve your goals, and there is no need to buy special equipment or tools to master the practices needed to harness the power of the law of attraction. You are already in possession of everything you need to achieve all that you wish. You merely have to put into practice these skills to make them work to your advantage. It is fair to mention alternative programs and theories that are more increasingly being entertained and profited on by many in today's modern culture. Subliminal messages to improve health, mental wellness, or to redirect a negative aspect of life is one common thought practice that is being profited on by many different schools of thought. The premise of this belief is that the subconscious brain is in charge of our conscious, and by introducing thought retraining when the conscious mind is at rest, usually during sleep, our actions and thought processes can be altered accordingly. There are many CDs on the market today that claim they can help stop unhealthy habits, encourage weight loss goals, and improve mood and increase success in endeavors. Sometimes audio and visuals are meant to be watched or listened to when awake, with tiny fractions of subliminal message that are not perceptible to the conscious mind or ears. Positive affirmations are declarations that are meant to convince the brain that what is being declared is true. Often these types of programs will encourage mantras or repetitive phrases and claim that repeating these mantras over and over will make them happen by sure will. While this type of immersion and repetition may work for a select few, it overall does not work unless in tandem with the principles of the law of attraction for most people. The method of visualization and affirmation practices are similar in that you envision and affirm what goals you want to accomplish. This theory states that if you visualize your hopes and dreams attained, and see what that will look like, eventually it will occur by sheer will of wanting it to be. While this concept is similar to the law of attraction, it is not the same. There is nothing wrong with positive thinking, but when practiced alone it does not address the consistent presence of negative emotions and vibrations, nor does it explain how to deal with them when experienced. These practices can be beneficial for working towards being more positive and having a better mood and outlook, but they do not explain how our vibrations affect those around us and the universe itself. Anyone can become the master of their own lives and dictate their own fate. They simply need to practice the applications of the law of attraction into their daily lives. Conclusion. Thank you for making it through to the end of Law of Attraction, Let Your Thoughts Determine Your Destiny. Let's hope it was informative and able to provide you with all the tools you need to harness the power within your own mind and create the life you want by using the Law of Attraction for your benefit. The next step is to make the intentional and conscious decision to begin to let your mind and energy work for you, and begin to watch in wonder as the universe delivers all that you hope and wish to attain in your life. Finally, if you found this book useful in any way, a review on Amazon is always appreciated. Thanks again for buying this book. If you have a minute, please leave a review. Disclaimer. This information is provided as is. The author, publishers and/or marketers of this information disclaim any loss or liability, either directly or indirectly as a consequence of applying the information presented herein, or in regard to the use and application of said information. No guarantee is given, either expressed or implied, in regard to the merchantability, accuracy, or acceptability of the information. The pages within this book have been copyrighted.